Hello everyone, welcome to my first solo stream where I will be coding some features to our game called Heard from Internet Lines. This time I'm also streaming to YouTube at the same time, so I'm not sure if it works alright, but I hope so. We'll see. The reason is that mostly because YouTube, unlike the Twitch, it saves all the streams without that time limitation, which Twitch has. Twitch, without, if you don't have like a super user or something, your streams are deleted after a week, and that sucks. So yeah, we'll try that this time. Let me just check if Twitch stream works too. I think it is. All right. So yeah, what I will do. Oh, thank you. Hello, Septembronix. Nice to have you here. Nice. Okay, good. And the quality is alright in both? Cool, cool. Okay. So, what I will start with is to present you the plan that I have for today, today's stream. And this is something I prepared yesterday. Okay, so the first thing is that what we will be doing today. So, a dialogue camera system for dialogues. We have a basic implementation right now, and it's kind of just, you know, when you go into the dialogue, then maybe I can just show you how it looks right now, so you know what I'm talking about. But it's kind of totally basic, so we just have one camera angle for dialogues and like this dynamic camera system for gameplay where you can rotate it and it focuses on player, it follows player with a bit of smoothing, and the when you go into the dialogue, camera like zooms in and tries to rotate towards like the perpendicular rotation from the like speakers. Okay, you can see it here. That was how I was planning it. So here are the speakers. They don't exactly face each other, so so you can see the face more in the camera, and yeah, and camera like goes perpendicular to to the line between speakers. And you know, in the game, depends on how the camera is set in the gameplay. At that moment, it rotates either to this side or to this side. But that's only one camera angle, and we would like to be able to define different camera angles and change them during the dialogue. So maybe we can have a close-up on a face, maybe also like focusing on the face, but also seeing the other speaker here. And also we need to be able to define transitions between those camera shots. So maybe a simple fade in, fade out kind of situation, or maybe a cut, or a smooth interpolation of camera position. So that is how it works right now. If you start a conversation, camera just finds this perpendicular rotation, and based on pitch, so the rotation in the X vector, it just interpolates to this rotation. And if I would start this dialog with a camera on this side, it would find the other perpendicular vector. So yeah, so that's how it works now. That's the basic idea of what we need. Oh yeah, I forgot about the stock chill music. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay, we have the music. We can continue. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is to make camera classes into their own module, and that is because right now what I'm trying to do is not to place everything into a single module, because maybe we'll decide to drop this game and make another, and it's hard to kind of move features around the games if they're contained in single module. Like, there's nothing that will stop you from referencing some integral class of the game in a camera system. If you make a separate modules, it just you have to explicitly say that this module references other module. So right now I have, for example, the whole dialogue system in its own module that the game references. So in this way, I'm sure I will be able to take this module in a new Unreal project and build the new dialogue system on the basic assumptions that I did already. So like the nodes in the graph. I can show you how this graph right now looks like. I based this on a flow graph plugin that enables you to make something like blueprint graphs, but not exactly. It's more, blueprint is like more of a code representation in nodes, and here it's kind of more customized to the needs that you have. So as you can see, for example, I built this this dialog line node where you can specify all the dialogue data, like text, the speaker, the expression, and the options that player has, and these and I coded this this node so that you can see so the output pins updates with the data that you defined in the properties, and that way, yeah, we can build dialogues. So yeah, so as I was saying, this this module contains all those stuff that are totally basic for dialogue only. So the problem is right now that I want to set a new camera angle from the dialogue node, and one way to do that would be to extend the node and make a new class, but it's, I don't know, seems kind of dirty to me, because then I'm going to have two different dialogue lines nodes here, and it's going to, I think it seems bug prone to me. Like, okay, someone could make a mistake and drop a bad node into the graph, and then he cannot find the features that we need. So the other way would be, of course, to make everything into a single game module, which maybe it's going to happen in the end. We'll see, but I'm trying to not do that. And the third way is to make a new module that is only for camera stuff, and reference camera module in the dialog module, so that it can use camera classes, and yeah, we can get that new properties in the dialog node itself. So yeah, so I will do that, and we'll see if that will work. So new Unreal, I will add the new Unreal module, and I will call it camera. For now I'm trying to name everything that made by me with M at the beginning and some generic name. So yeah, that's fine. Okay, we have a new module. I don't know if the code, I'm not sure if code is it's not too small. Maybe I should hide the node for now. Okay. And I of course don't remember how you should set up those basic stuff that Unreal modules have, so like defining a log category and all that, so I will just copy from my main module, which works. Okay, I don't know why it's already red. We'll see. Okay, so the first thing is that we won't define our own module because I know for now it's not needed, so I can make this module class just default, and you do that by making it implement primary game module to f default game module implementations, name of the module, so camera and camera. Then we can define log category. It's defining log category for each module. It's very useful because then if something bad happens in your code, you can use your own custom log category, and then you see which log category, like if you see a log, you also see the category of it in the log file. Also, if I'm not mistaken, you can filter by log categories, so you can say I don't want to see main game logs, I only want to see the camera logs. So if you debug something that's contained in the camera itself. So define log category, it's going to be log camera. What? Okay, let's see. Log and all. I don't know why it complains to be honest. Define log category. There should be an external version, and I'm not sure if why there is. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to regenerate the Unreal project. It sometimes helps with the missing references. Yeah, that's a good start. I don't know. Let's see how it's done in other module they have. So in the dialog module, dialog module, dialog module. Maybe I'm missing something in the build file. I'll see. Nope, I don't think so. That was the problem, but we'll see. I'll just match those files. We'll see if that will help. Why? Okay, so screw those logs for now. I don't know why. I'll look it up later. The other thing is to reference our new camera module in main game module, and it's done by adding a record with the module name to public dependency module names in our build file. So camera, and now I want to move all our current camera classes to the camera module. Those H files go to public. And CPP files goes to private folder. Now I'm going to rename all those camera classes to proper naming, because there's that Unreal convention to start all your module classes with specific prefixes. The U is for U object because it extends the U objects, and HL is my my custom prefix for my project, and each module should have its own prefix. So for this one, it's going to be MC. Also, I will change this because it should be camera API, not internet lines. And now I'll change the name to UMC camera settings. Rider is very smart, and it's going to update the references, also a file name accordingly. Yes, once again mCamera API, and it's going to be UMC camera angle. But this time it didn't change the file name because it didn't match before. This file is going to be a file for different kind of generic camera types. So once again, instead of HL, we're going to write MC. I'm gonna check what's happening on YouTube. Maybe there's some comments on there. I don't know. Let's see. Yes, there is. Root killer. What is app you use for notes and drawings? Sorry, I didn't saw your saw your messages earlier. I need somehow to also bring together two chats into one place so I can see them easily. I'm using OneNote. It's not good, and it's but it's the best for my different use cases because I use iPad and I use PC and I use Mac. So and it's available on all of those platforms, and I really like how it allows you to just use like numbered lists and indentations without a problem, and you can select different parts of the text and move them like you would move a code. So yeah, it's very useful, but it's not too good for drawing. I really like how those native iOS apps handles Apple Pencil with, you know, with not like you can make the line more natural. Here is just you have just the one width of the line, and it doesn't change depending on how you use your pencil. But yeah, apart from that, it's quite good. Sometimes it has its own like problems like you have with different Microsoft apps. So yeah, we'll move on, and I will try to look on those comments on YouTube from now on. Just let me... okay. Sorry, I had to move my windows around so I can see everything. Alright, let's move on. Okay, what I was doing. Refactoring. And the last class to refactor is this camera manager, and yeah, again, let's change it to camera API. This is just for, you know, if you reference this module in other modules, this API makes this classes that are tagged with this kind of, I think, visible to them, so you can use all of those members of the class, I think. So A and where A stands for actor, MC, default camera manager. Yep. Okay, looks fine. I'm just gonna take a sip of club mate, my favorite drink. All right. Yeah, it's very good. I just realized that there's like a company that delivers food and they have Club Mate also there, so I don't have to get out of the house just for Club Mate anymore. I can just stay all day and yeah, get Club Mate delivered straight to my stomach. Alright. I'll just check if my project still compiles, because probably there are some includes to be fixed, and we will just fix them if the writer tells us to. The problem also with by using modules, you have to kinda, it depends. I mean, decision to make something into module is kinda hard, and it depends on how you make your tools. Like the built-in camera manager in Unreal, it's kinda wants you to have all your camera types built inside of it. So there's no, like, it's hard to control it from outside. It's just it contains all its logic inside. So you have to like write the dialogue. I would have to write the dialogue logic inside. I would have to write a gameplay logic inside, and maybe other cases too, which I don't like too much. I prefer to have a more generic tool that different parts of my system reference and use, like, for different use cases. Okay, so yeah, we have errors as expected. Of course, include errors. And here is going to be C, default camera manager. UMD flow system is invalid. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure why it changed. There are errors in places I did not expect to have right now. I did not change this, so I think I have some general problem with references. Maybe, I don't know, I will generate the Unreal project file again. Sometimes it helps. Let's see what else I have to fix. This seems fine. I don't know why it showed me this in error lists. This is still, it still complains about this. I'm not sure why. Like, there's no context, it's public, so I don't know why I can't access it. And dialog app API. I don't know, it looks like totally like some derp of rider, because we are inside of a class that default camera. system. Yeah, this class extends this one, which extends this one, and it has a public field of dialog context, and somehow it cannot find it. And it worked just a minute ago because I could compile and open the game, so I don't know, maybe let's restart Rider. I'm still not super, I don't know all those quirks of programming in Unreal. I'm learning it since, I don't know, for a year maybe, but yeah, only if I'm using it like to make a full-fledged game for a month, so yeah, I'm still finding all those little quirks. And it's and I often have those kinds of problems that writers tells me that there's no member of some name, but then I regenerate a project or restart the program, and then it can find it. So I hope I hope it will fix it. And yeah, those are the first steps I will do when something like that happens, to not waste too much time on a problem that I cannot fix myself. Just wait for it to load. So as it loads, oh, it works now. Cool. So as it loads, I wanted to maybe tell you what I have in mind for the dialogue system that we're going to make. So in general idea is that I want to have an interface called iCameraShotProvider, which gives us a camera shot. Camera shot should contain basic data for camera, so a camera location, camera rotation, a FOV, and that's it, I think. And different classes can implement that interface to be able to get those basic camera data from it. And when I was using Unity, there's a built-in plugin called Cinemachine. I really liked the separation between a camera and virtual camera. And virtual camera was some like abstract thing that was kind of like a camera, but it wasn't rendering anything. It was just something you could place and say, okay, this is like a template place for a camera to be, with all those different setup, like with the FOV and stuff. So, and then you could say, okay, this camera, if you had 3 different virtual cameras, or maybe I'll just draw it. If you had all those different virtual cameras, 1, 2, you could say, okay, so activate the first virtual camera, and then your main camera, which could be somewhere around here, let's say, would just smoothly interpolate to this position and use all the property of this camera. Then you could say, okay, activate virtual camera 2, and it would smoothly interpolate to this position and use all the parameters of this camera. And I want to do something like that, but more, because virtual cameras were manually placed in the world, and here I don't want to place them manually because I don't know where the actors will be. In some moments I could attach them virtual cameras to them, but still for dialogues there are different shots. Some includes all the actors and they're like calculated based on what should be contained in a shot. So yeah, just I want to a similar thing but more programmatic. So for example, I'm going to have a virtual camera for gameplay, which is going to be rotated with inputs, with player inputs. So we can rotate the camera, we can make it close, we can zoom it, we can zoom out, and yeah, and the other virtual camera is going to be for dialogue, and we can just tell it, okay, we want this kind of shot type, and here you have some parameters, give me a shot, and then our camera manager can interpolate between different virtual cameras. So yeah, this way I think it's going to be easier to maintain different cameras and interpolate between them. Like this will allow me to interpolate from gameplay to dialogue and interpolate from dialogue to different dialogue shot with a different with different transitions that you can also specify and pass to camera manager. So that's the basic idea. Okay, here it works now. I will try to compile and see if there are any errors that I need to fix after we made this new module. Yep. But again, we have some weird issues. Okay, camera. It's MC default camera manager. But why? Okay, here I also have to update those messages. It's a player character script where I'm passing inputs from inputs to the camera manager, so it can alter the camera angles. HL settings generated. Let's try now. Okay, it still for some reason says that there's no HL settings generated file, which should be here because it's a built-in Unreal thing, and just if I have this class with this, I should have a .generated.h file that's called, that has the same name as this, but we will see. I don't know if I should restart the rider again or what. HL settings dot generated dot h should be alright. MC. Let's check MC camera manager settings gen.p. Manager, it's fine. This CPP file, so it's fine. I don't know. Let's try those classic 2 steps. Maybe it will fix it this time. Okay, so I regenerated Unreal project files. Let's see if that helps. It did not. Great. Settings generated. I don't know what's happening here. It's API. It looks fine. Maybe there's a problem with... No, I thought maybe I forgot to reference the module in my game module, but it is referenced. Maybe... Also, as if I remember about it now, I will reference the dialog module inside, I mean camera module inside the dialog module, because I will do that eventually. Camera. And I don't know, I will restart the rider again and hope for the best. I can see now that I'm really dark in the stream, so make myself a little up. Nope. Nope. Oh, okay, I got it. Cool. All right, let's see if this helped. If I can continue working. Let me just take a sip of club mate again. I should find something to to watch with you when things are loading or something. I'll think about that for the next stream. Cool, it's almost an hour and we still did not do anything. Great. But yeah, days like that happen, I guess. Yeah, still the same error, so maybe I did something wrong in the end, and but I'm not sure what. It cannot compile the camera manager and camera settings because it cannot open include file HL settings.generated. MC default camera manager. What if I add the no, it should be fine. I don't know what's wrong. I just have the my main game settings, and here I reference camera settings. See camera settings that generate age, it's fine. Cannot open include file. What the fuck? Like it's here, you can see this file. That's game development. What if I comment it out for a moment and then comment it and then remove the comment back? Expanded code, yeah, I know. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh no. Okay, no. I thought it's working now because I had only one error, but it just did not show me the other one. And it's also funny because one of those errors I have in the generated file. See camera settings. All right, I think I know what's wrong. Okay, so camera settings were referencing our main game settings, which are obviously not available from the module, and it's just a helper function, so I can remove it because it was just for to have the easier way to access those camera settings, but I can just take this, use this helper function and access the field. It's no problem. So I'll remove that and let's see if I can compile now. Taking a Club Mate sip, of course. Okay, there's another problem. It says it's something about... okay, so probably it's a similar problem. So it's possible that I am the dialog flow subsystem. Maybe it's a different problem, we'll see. Let's see, default camera manager. Let's see. Yes, okay, so now I have to update this usage. Sorry. Okay, I know. Okay, so I should, instead of having those camera settings inside my main game settings, I need to create a new file, new settings file just for camera things. So yeah, let's do that. And I'm going to extend a uDeveloper settings class. I'm going to name it UMC settings to stay with the same my naming convention. I will place the header file in public folder and source file in private. I keep this convention for modules, and I don't do that for my main game module because it's not going to be referenced by anything, and this is only helpful for like compilation times if you have, because you can just use the header files to do that. Okay. Hey Matti, hello. Yeah, I will try to code nicely from now on. Alright, I have the settings class for camera right now. I'll just move my only property that I have there currently. I think if we're going to, after I extend our camera system a bit, it's there are going to be more properties in this settings file. Okay. Camera angle, yeah, so let's add a forward declaration to that. Also, I will add a helper function to be able to retrieve the settings easily, and I'm just going to copy it from my other settings class. So it's a static function, and I'm just returning the default object of this class, which is the it's going to be it's going to have the same properties as the settings file. Also, this is not going to work because settings file should not contain hard references to objects. It should be a soft pointer. So I'm going to also make it into a config, so it saves into a config file. So yeah, the soft object pointer. Soft pointers are a good way to not load everything at the same time, because as soon as you reference this class, you also reference the hard pointers. Soft pointers allows you to just load this when you need that. So all right, that's it. That's a camera angle for dialog. Yep. And where was that usage that I'm also going to delete this class. It's not longer needed. It was our previous settings file with only for camera. It was the MC default camera manager, and here I camera angle dialog. Yeah. Okay, so let's have that MC settings, UMC settings, get camera dialog and load synchronous. So to be sure it's loaded into memory. And it's not camera settings because I just took the camera angle dialog. It's a field that contains this one and only camera angle that we use during a dialog. So it defines a pitch that it's used there. What's my favorite sandwich? That's a hard question. I like mayonnaise, and I like a lot of mayonnaise, so probably a sandwich that has a lot of mayonnaise in it. But I mean, currently I think I'm a bigger fan of mustard, so definitely something with a lot of mustard. Yeah, but I don't know what kind of specific sandwich. I don't do crazy sandwiches too often. I just take what I have in the fridge and put it on the bread. But also a good sandwich should have a good bread, because yeah, that's one of the main parts of a good sandwich. It's a camera angle. Yeah. So camera angle. Why not? Because it's a const pointer. Okay. What else I need to fix here? In the flow subsystem. Okay, I know. Okay, so right now, the good bread part makes a great base for a best sandwich. Yes, that's true. But I also, if you have a good bread, you can just eat it straight away without anything on it. To be honest, when I was living in a different flat, I had this awesome bakery right next to my house, and they had a miso bread, and it was so good. I was just like, I couldn't wait to eat it. So right after I got to home, I just put it out of the bag and like took a few bites straight from the bread, and it was so good. Yeah, I know what the problem is. I just as I changed the camera system into its own module, right now it's doing kind of what I said the built-in camera manager does. So it's tries to set itself up based on the whole game logic and variables, and I want to change that so the different stuff controls the camera. And so here we are in the camera manager class, we're using the dialog logic to find if we are inside it during the dialog, and then update it, then the camera updates itself. So right now I want to change that so the dialog tells the camera system to change the camera shot. So let's do that, and I want to, or maybe not right away. Let's start building this this hierarchy of classes. So I will start with interface that gets us a camera shot. So let's get into our new module. Let's add a new class, which is going to be a interface. So let's call it MC. I think if I remember correctly, I don't need to add those Unreal prefixes that are based on what we are extending our class from. So I won't add I at the beginning, just my module prefix. So MC camera shot provider. Again, let's put it in those separate folders. Yeah, it's added interface. It's added the Unreal prefix, but it's U. I thought it should be. Yeah, okay, I remember, because Unreal interfaces are separated into two different classes. One is for checking if a certain object implements this interface, and the other one is to run functions from that interface. Yeah, so as it says, this class doesn't need to be modified, and I should add interface functions here. So I'm going to do that. I'm not sure. I have to check my other interface, because there was something not really obvious in how you should do that. I don't know, maybe it's only for the implementations. Here I just defined as usual. So let's do your function, blueprint callable, and I'm going to make a blueprint native event. So by using that, we can have a function that has its own implementation in C++, but also we can override this implementation in blueprints. And it's going to be also, I have to make that FHL camera shot type. So I'm going to add it here. So it's going to be a U struct. I'm going to call it FMCF, because it's a Unreal prefix for I think everything that's not every U structs, I think, or something that is not a U object. I don't know, but I think it should be FMC camera shot. Alright, let's add, what I need here is and also I make it a blueprint type, so that I can edit the variables of uStruct in blueprints. It's going to be edit. What frustrates you the most when coding games? Shit, man, I think the most frustrating thing is when there are errors, when you have I don't know how to name it well. It's like sometimes if you use a new tool, it feels like a minefield, and to be able to operate in that minefield, you have to know it really well. And I was using Unity for a few years now, and I know that this minefield, I know where the problems are, and I know how to, what not to use, what I should use in some situations and stuff like that. and with new tools, you have to just do this work right from the start. So I'm not sure if what I'm doing currently is going to work, if I'm not going, if I won't need to refactor stuff later, just because I used a wrong tool or something. And yeah, as you saw, there's sometimes problems that are not solvable. You just need to know that okay, in this case I should restart program. In this case I need to regenerate Unreal project file. There's also the case that you can compile Unreal in two ways. You can do it from, like, make a full compile of the whole engine and the game itself from the Rider, but also you can do that inside Unreal using like a quick compile thing, and it works, but you have to know when it works and when it doesn't. And if you don't know that it doesn't work in all cases, you got errors that are not really there. So but right now I know how it works. It's like if you add new properties or members into H files and then use a quick compile thing in Unreal, then it sometimes works, but I just prefer to always compile the whole engine again. And if you edit just the CPP files, so which contains all the logic, it should work. But I had like one instance where it did not, and I still had to restart the engine. So yeah, I think things like that are most frustrating. Also, yeah, it's not like someone can tell you that, because you just have to find out them yourself. It's also like with this thing of I'm making the separate module, and it's not a universal thing that, I don't know, if you make a camera, you should make a module for it or something. Modules also can be overused. I worked in a project that had too much modules. For example, I don't see why you should like split your main game into different modules. It will just be pain in the ass later in the game, later like in the development, and it's just your own knowledge that you get as you work on games. It's just years of experience that you have to get first to understand that. There's no one that will tell you what's right or wrong. So yeah, that's the hard part, I think, for me. But yeah, of course, if you work with some really smart people, they're going to navigate you through the minefield. So yeah, but I did not work with Unreal in any studio yet. I hope my next job will be something like that, and I can learn all those crazy quirks from smart people. Yeah, back to our game. So the struct FC camera shot is going to contain all the data that camera needs to have to be able to tell where it should be. I'm not sure if I should because there are two ways to define a camera shot. We could just make it so there's a vector for location. There's a F rotator for rotation, and there's a float for FOV. Let's say that's it. And yeah, we could interpolate them between those between them, but there's also, we could have a separate struct with let's say targeted camera shot, and it because yeah, and it has a target, so a vector not for location but for target location. There's a F rotator for rotation. Yeah, and there's a float for distance from target. So, and yeah, and FOV too. So that's two ways to like define, maybe there are more, but two basic ways to define a camera position. We can just say, yeah, okay, place a camera here with this rotation and stuff. But we can also say, I want the camera to target this thing with this distance with certain rotation. And I think I will for now stick to this as a base camera shot, and interpolate with this with those data. And this is going to be just for those camera types that that needs a target, which is going to be all cases in my game for now, but maybe it will change. So yeah, let's do that for now. Yeah, and let's make it edit anywhere, so we can edit what's inside, and also blueprint read write, so we can access the data from blueprints. Oh shit, sorry, I was drawing for you, but I forgot to turn the notes on. So yeah, again, that was the first case I was talking about. So so when we know exact location, so that's the X and the exact rotation, and we just place a camera in this spot. And the second way, which is a main way right now in our game, because I have, you know, main gameplay camera just rotates around the player, and the dialogue camera also, even though in current dialogue shot, so in this one, it doesn't focus on a specific target. It's still focused on this point between two targets. So yeah, so we don't tell the camera to be in a specific spot. We tell it to target a specific spot with a certain distance from it and a certain rotation. So if we say we would give it this rotation, it would be here. All right. So let's return to making it. I'm not sure if I should maybe I should keep the notes open, but we are running out of space, so I'm not sure if it helps or makes it seem more complicated. I'm not even sure if like making code live is a good idea, but maybe we'll find someone. Well, there will be someone that's interested in that. Okay, so we have our camera shot. Yeah, let's return to the interface definition of camera provider. Here we want to return FMC camera shot. Let's add forward declaration and get camera shot. We won't give it a native implementation yet. Okay, so now let's create our base class for that implements this this interface. Add new class, and it's going to be our virtual camera. And so let's call it U for no. So I won't I won't do U here. Oh, do you use ChatGPT to help you with coding at all, or is it not helpful at your level? I'm using it sometimes, mostly for math things, like for example, when I was doing the just open notes. When I was doing the thing for camera, I needed to get perpendicular vectors to this vector, or I needed to get some to know how to calculate an angle between vectors or stuff like that. I just don't remember those things. So for math equations, I think ChatGPT is great because the alternative is looking it on the web, which also works, but it's just slower because there's a lot of pages where you just like you have a big description of the problem or something, or you get those smart how do you call it, mathematical when you know those hieroglyphs of things that you had to learn in the school for the notation, like with the smart notations, and I don't understand this notation, so ChatGPT can just give me a code which I understand. Yeah, it's like Googling but quicker, of course. That's true, and I wouldn't use it for like a full block for classes or something. I know it's possible to make things like that, but in the long run, if you're making something that you want to be maintainable, I think you should know what's happening in your code, and I don't know how AI is going to handle making a good code architecture. It's something I don't think AI would be able to like make a good architecture in never. Like maybe if it has some kind of template for a full program, then it just spits you the full program, but like to understand your code architecture and make a classes that fits your kind of way of thinking, yeah, I don't think it's possible, and I don't think it will be possible in the near future. So yeah, I was doing virtual camera base. That extends just a plain UObject. Why I cannot find it? Maybe it's here. Yeah. I think I will make it just a plain UObject, so I don't have to place it in a world, so it just operates on what I give it to it, because yeah, I think I'll try that, because the I can make it into UObject which don't have to exist in a world. Like, I don't know. Okay, UObjects always exist in a world, but they don't have to be they don't have to be on your level. And if you create an actor which can like exist inside the level, so it can have like a physical representation, meshes and stuff, it's like more kind of a physically inside your level. I will try to make it UObject because it's I want the system to be more programmatic, steered from a code, not manually dragging your camera around. Yeah, so we'll try that. Maybe it will be fine this way. Well, I don't know why I made it virtual camera base, but yeah, let's create the class. And I'll just check. I don't remember if you should implement like the U class of interface or I class of interface. So I will just check how it works in my other parts of the code. Okay, so it's on the I class. So yeah, let's extend public IMC camera shot provider, and let's implement get camera shot or should I do that here? I'm not sure. I mean, maybe this should be abstract, and I'll implement it in those specific visual cameras for gameplay and for dialogue. Okay. So let's create a new class. That's going to extend our MC virtual base. I forgot to add virtual camera. Yep. No redirections because we still don't have any references of it in our engine files. Okay, so that's a base class. I made it a base class because I see a lot of I think there will be some similarities between gameplay and dialogue cameras. For now, I don't know what they will be, but they're both a UObject, for example, and yeah, they kind of do similar thing. But in case of dialogue, we will give it will like take those dialogue data, so like shot and stuff, and for gameplay we give it some default values of a camera shot and steer it with inputs, so they kind of similar but not really. So yeah, we'll see how much they will share, how much logic they will share between each other. So yeah, let's create the class, and it's going to be MC. They're going to extend from MC virtual camera base, and I'll call it MC virtual camera gameplay. Yeah. So now I think I will. Okay, let's just create the class for dialogue, and then I will start implementing virtual camera for gameplay. Yeah. So this also is going to be extend MC virtual camera base, and it's going to be called MC virtual camera dialogue. Okay, so let's start implementing this class. It's going to be basically moving features that I already have in camera manager over to this new class. Yeah, this right now, as I said, this my camera manager maintains all of the camera logic. It receives input from my player and tries to smoothly change camera rotation and focus on the player, but also with some kind of smoothing. So all that smoothing logic and all that will go to this virtual camera, and the inputs will be passed from camera manager to this virtual camera. So first thing I will do is to make a property for it, even though it's not going to be exposed for like to edit inside the blueprint. I'm going to make it a view property because you need that so that the garbage collection system of Unreal can keep your reference here. And yeah, that's basically it's basically telling the engine to not garbage collect this object because we are using it. Without view property, we don't have that feature. So yeah, it will be a virtual camera gameplay. I need to create instance of it, and so let's do that in begin play, or no, maybe in the constructor. Yeah. Create default subobject. That's a way this way you create new instances of view objects inside of the inside existing object. If you do that in a constructor, you have to use this specific class. In other cases, you do new object and tell what type of object it is. So it's going to be UMC virtual camera gameplay, and you need to give it a name. It's going to be virtual camera gameplay. Complaints about including a definition for it. Okay, let's remove old settings, old include file. So yeah, let's see what we have to. For sure, we need we need those functions to receive input. So I'll start with those. So yeah, rotate. I just copy those and paste there. Yeah, all those things. And let's generate the maybe not, maybe just let's go to our CPP file and copy all those functions, but I need to update a class name. Okay, we have a lot of missing member references, of course. So yeah, first thing is that before I was using something called a camera angle, which was something like the camera shot I'm going for right now. Target location. Here it was clamped. Distance. So I think that I will be using this this struct instead. Location, yeah, it's kind of the same thing, but has a pitch and yaw. Yeah, maybe I'll do that here too. So in case of rotation, maybe it's better to keep the members of rotation separate because I always forget how those are called. We have pitch, yaw, and what? I mean, wait. It's just okay. I have it's pitch, yaw, and roll. Yeah. And we don't need to have roll here. I don't think we are going to look at characters like this or upside down. So to simplify, I think we're just in the same way. I could maybe convert this this class to a struct and use it instead. Maybe that's a good idea, not to just make it from the beginning. So it's a class. I remember why it's a class, not a struct, because when I did not have this virtual camera system, when I was interpolating from dialogue into the gameplay and the other way around, the problem was when I was interpolating from gameplay, I was still smoothing it a bit, and the player was still moving, and I wanted to be able, and and maybe it's even more important in the second case, because when you start interpolating from, let me just show you a note and explain what I'm talking about. So if I have a player here, and it keeps moving in this direction, and camera follows it, That's a beautiful camera. All right. If you interpolate, let's say here we had a dialogue, right? So between this speaker, and the camera was here. And if we say start interpolating from here to here, but our player already moved to this position through that time, then we have a problem, because we interpolated to this position, but it's not longer valid. So yeah, I made this class. I made the camera angle data a class to be able to keep updating the data even during the interpolation, because if it was a struct, then we keep a reference to it, and it's not going to be like updated if you update something that was a source of this data. But right now, if I have a virtual camera and I will interpolate from virtual camera to virtual camera instead of just interpolate between a camera shot data, it should be fine, and it's going to make stuff easier, because as you can see, I had to create all those new objects here before, and if I wouldn't do that, it would be a null pointer. So it was kind of more bug prone, and I had to make this function copy from with all those fields copied, and with struct I can just assign a other struct to assign struct, and all values are copied and stuff. So yeah, for data things, structs are just more I don't know, readable, more easier to maintain, because yeah, you don't have to create those instances all the time and stuff. So yeah, let's make it a struct, and I think I will let's do it here. It's blueprint type, not printable, not longer viable. Edit inline new. Sorry, I just there are so much of those properties you can place here. I don't remember what they are about. Edit. Okay, I think it's also not viable for struct defaults. Yeah, and it's also not viable because default to instanced make it so if you have a uObject property inside a blueprint or something, you don't have to like assign a reference from your file. It just creates. I think it basically does that, but yeah, automatically. Okay, and it's going to be a struct, and it won't extend the uObject. FC camera shot, yeah, and it's going to be FMC camera angle. Should I redirect? Okay, let's do that. We'll see what will happen. So now it won't be okay. Let's angle gameplay target. Okay, let's copy those properties. They're going to be protected, and they are not pointers now because we just made them structs. And yeah, they don't need to be uProperty anymore because they are not pointers, and yeah, and we can be sure they are always loaded. And yeah, now instead of accessing a property, like accessing a member from the pointer, we are just accessing straight the reference. So instead of arrows, we have a dot. Your rotation rate, where that. So I think I will pass this rotation rate, which is defined in camera manager blueprint. Let's update the signature, and yeah, so we can already do virtual camera gameplay, rotate, horizontal, why not? It's public. What I screwed up. Camera gameplay. Maybe there's no definition. No, it's here. Rotate. Yeah, it should be fine. I don't know. Maybe because we have so many errors, it's kind of can't find those includes properly. Because yeah, it's definitely included here. Okay, let's leave it for now. Let's just leave it to do. Sorry. On. Okay. Now the next function, rotate vertical. Here also I can just pass those values. So pitch, rotation rate. It's like just a value that defines how fast we can rotate camera in a vertical axis. So let's just remind. So in a pitch, I'm trying to remember those because it's just so much easier. Like if in different programs you have different names for axes, so X can be Y in other program, and Z is also different in Unity and in Unreal and everything. So and this is always universal. Or maybe I will hide the note thing. Yeah, this is always universal. The pitch is always pitch, roll is roll, and yaw is yaw. Yeah, so this is for pitch. Maybe I should call them that. Straight yaw, because yeah, we also have a yaw in parameter name. So maybe for consistency, let's rename them. Rotate, pitch. Okay, I need to. Oh, that's a new problem. I've made a math library that's going to have the things that are not there in the default math library. I just create my own thing, and yeah, right now it's also placed inside the game project main game module itself. So yeah, I need to make a new module just for the math thing, I think maybe let's call it utility, and here we are going to have all those helper functions that are not dependable on anything. It's just to calculate something, or yeah, I don't know. For now, only this file will come here, but I think later we'll have more. Oh, but let's just delete that because I forgot to give it a proper name with M at the beginning. So it's going to be called utility. Utility. I'm not sure if I. No, okay, it's fine. And yeah, here we will just move this here. And as I did with the module before, we will remove definition for a new module. We don't need that. Definitely not in a utility library. We will just make it. Let me see how it was done. I think it was here. Okay, yeah. We'll do implement module, default module implementation. So a implementation without anything going on, and utility. Why you cannot include that? Utility and utility should be alright. And also, I will just match those build files to what I have. I think I had some problems when I did not set it to newest C++. CPP standard, yeah. Why? I don't know. Maybe I just regenerate the project files again, because again, as you can see, yeah, that's the point I was making. What I don't like about game development, maybe it's not game development related. I mean, it's more like an Unreal thing. But again, I just made a module. I do everything right, but for some reason, it cannot find this file, even though it's definitely there. It's here, and for some reason I don't know what's going on there. yeah, so yeah, making modules is definitely a more time-consuming process than doing everything inside your main game module. But yeah, I hope it's going to it's going to be something I can use later on, as I said, because yeah, I made a lot of projects in Unity. And I've never made this kind of my library with things for it, and I know many people did, and it's really good, really nice, because yeah, in every project I started, then I was trying to do something, and I see code completion not telling me the thing I was using all the time, and I'm like, oh shit, it wasn't built in, it was my function library, and now yeah, and every time I had to implement them again. So I hope with this approach I will be able to reuse different kind of things inside different Unreal projects of my own. But for now I can, for some reason cannot find anything inside the classes that I've made in this module. Don't know why. Let's with references and utility reference it inside my main game module, and also inside the camera module, because what I'm doing that is because I needed a certain function that was inside my math class, and because I moved the camera logic from this my main class was inside the main game module, and because I moved camera out of it into its own module, this module didn't know about this math class. So that is why I had to make a new module with this main class, with this math class, so that everything that needs this can reference it. If I would leave it in the gameplay module, the camera module would need to reference the gameplay module, which not make sense. It's just if I would do that, just having modules is just pointless, because then to use a camera I would also need to include all of those things from my gameplay module. So it wouldn't be I couldn't use it in a different game. But why it's not? I don't know. Let's reset Rider. I don't know what's going on there. Hello, Ksuham. How are you doing? Okay, Ksuham don't want to respond. It's okay. It's okay. Oh yeah, I'm fine. What are you showing us today? Yeah. So what we are doing today is that I'm making a camera system for dialogues. Currently, we already have a camera system in a game, but it works when you walk, and you can rotate the camera around. I cannot show you this now because my code is all over the place and it won't compile, so I cannot show you how it works right now. But you basically can run around and rotate the camera, and when you start the dialogue, the camera switches to the dialogue camera. So yeah, it sets to this one. So yeah, finds a perpendicular vector to the vector between the speakers, and it smoothly interpolates from like the camera from gameplay into the dialogue camera. But right now we also want to have different kind of camera shots, and we want to be able to change them, and also make different transitions between them. So for example, let's say our dialogue starts with this shot, but when, I don't know, someone is telling you a very important dialogue line, we want to change the shot to be to this, so it's more like a close-up on a face, and maybe then we want to change. So the game is kind of it's top down, a bit third person, but the best comparison I think is Zelda Link's Awakening. It's something like that. But in this game, when you start the dialogue, the camera gets a bit closer. Maybe in this game you don't have any close-ups on the face. I don't remember anything like that. And so with this system we will be able to change those kind of camera shots in dialogues, and also we will be able to say that, okay, transition from this to this with a fade in, fade out kind of situation. So you have a black, camera fades to black and then fades out from black to this, or we can say, okay, make a cut, or cut transition, so it just snaps from this position to this position, or we can say, okay, smoothly interpolate from this camera to this camera within 3 seconds, and with some kind of curves to make this movement smooth. Yeah. And right now, because Ktuhar, you weren't here, we have some Unreal problems that I don't know how to fix, because I'm making it in Unity. It doesn't have. I'm making it in Unreal Engine, and Unreal, like with all engines, you have some tools built in, but they are never too specific. You have, for example, you have a camera manager that allows you to change camera from third person to first person. You can also, it also allows you to interpolate between, like to make a camera transition from one position to another, but it's constrained in a way that you can't, it's hard to explain, but you cannot, okay, I will try to explain. Let's see. I have a gameplay camera which I was explaining it here before. So let's say I have a player that is here, and he was just talking with someone that was around here. So we had a camera that was looking here, and it contained both actors inside the view, and then we stop. The dialogue has ended, and now we want to smoothly move the camera from the dialogue view into the gameplay view. So let's say gameplay view is it's something like that. It's focused on single player, but during this transition our player starts moving here, let's say this, it moved from here to here in 1 second, and the camera transition was 2 seconds, let's say. So in the built-in Unreal solution for interpolating between between positions assumes that the end position or the start position does not change. So if you interpolate from here to here, after 2 seconds your camera is still here, even though our player already moved to this position, and it should interpolate to this position, so go from here to here. So yeah, I'm building customs, like with all of those engines. You have some solutions to stuff, but they're always assuming something, and your game will most of the time require something different. So you use like features that you mostly use that are really generic are stuff like, I don't know, maybe a nav mesh system. So I can make player, I can stop the player, but I don't want to. I prefer games to be like snappy, fast, and stuff. So yeah, I don't like blocking inputs when I don't have to do that. So, and it's not the only reason. Also, the reason why I think the number one reason why I'm doing that is that my game is separated into different modules, like the game code. We have a where is it? I can't see how I would like to write it here, but with my keyboard, not by drawing the letters. But okay, let's say it's the main module of the game. It contains all the gameplay stuff, like I don't know, like the inputs, and the main module uses all the other modules that I have. Other modules meaning all the plugins that I install, all like the big chunk of it is a game engine. So the Unreal things. And yeah, and also I have a dialogue module. And right now the problem that is here is that I want to make the dialogue, like the camera manager, to be a separate module, so that all of the things can use it, and that makes it so the logic of the camera manager cannot know about things from the outside. I have to like make this manager so it's a tool that all others systems can use. And camera manager, like the built-in camera manager in Unity and in Unreal, is made in a way that it assumes that it controls everything inside of it. So in this way it should know about dialogues, it should know about the gameplay, it should know about anything, and I don't like that, because in this way, if I make the camera manager a good manager that I want to use in maybe in my other game, it will be hard to convert it to the other game. If I make it a module, I can just move the module to other project, and it works the same way, because this way I'm sure that my camera module does not reference anything and doesn't know anything about the game itself. So yeah, so I don't think if that was a reasonable explanation, but yeah, basically you have to do all those things that seem basic. Yeah, like there are always some things that are different, and you from like, if you do something, you always assume something, and yeah, so that's often makes makes it hard to reuse in different situations. Yeah, but of course things like rendering engine or physics engine, it's always the same. So these are the features that are always used and taken from engine as they are, and you don't have to customize it, at least not too much. Yeah, so back to our problem. I just separated my math library from my main game module into separate utility module, and for some reason it cannot find some files that it should include here, and it still complains after I reset my program to edit code, the rider. Let's try this. Nope. What if I try to compile? It's sometimes one of those three things. If Rider cannot find some files and it's like just derps for no reason, you have to either regenerate project files or restart the program or try to compile. It's sometimes kinda fixes itself. Creating a make file from your project file is newer. Okay, maybe that's the problem. Not find definition for module utility reference by. Yeah, and also. Okay, let's remove that reference. Camera utility. I think I'll just remove this function created by Rider itself and add it manually. So they're all in the one place. Is it working now? Nope. Okay. Okay, this module, the name is wrong. Here I'll add. Like that for now. Okay. Is it working now? Let's try. Okay, I have to go for a minute. I'll be right back. So yeah, see you in a few minutes. Okay, I'm back. Hello again. I think I just check how many people we have on this stream. Not too many, probably, but 5 people on Twitch. Cool. I like those 5 people. And YouTube 1. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, so back to Unreal. File. Okay, let's try to compile again. Maybe we can find some other issues this way. Could not find definition for module utility. Press internet lines editor. I already removed that. Okay, so also we had I'll update it in the uproject file itself. Plugins, modules, yep. Okay, let's try to compile again. That's a different issue, but yeah. So I think I need to update. But now I have those like writer complaints all over the place. So yeah, maybe I will fix that later and find the biggest issue. I don't know what's happening. I just made a new module and there's like nothing in there, so now maybe I'll do that again. I don't know. Yeah, that's the best part of working on games. Where's editor? Also shouldn't be here. This should be here. I don't know, maybe let's restart Rider again. No goodbye. Yes, I'm here. Please, no goodbye. So, those 6 people, what are you playing recently? I'm personally getting through Stalker Call of Pripyat, and I think I'm near to finish it. And I must say I never played it because when I was a big Stalker fan, I was playing the first and the second game. I loved them. I played them, beat them a few times. Do you guys have a good general premise for the game? Yeah. So the game is like a adventure game where you placed in a like Eastern Bloc inspired city that that was built near a nuclear plant. It's like a close community of people living together, and you know, one of those towns that depends on a let's say a factory or something like that. Yeah, so like like a close community of people that lives kind of separated from the others, and yeah, it's also inspired because it's happening in 90s. So yeah, it's inspired by the culture of the times, like, but from perspective of a Eastern Bloc community, and you don't know, you're a kid and you live a kid life. The gameplay itself is kind of, I don't know, it's going to be a mix of Disco Elysium with Persona, because yeah, we liked how Disco Elysium manages time. It's more linear and organic than Persona, because in Persona it's kind of a how to say that, you do a thing and you know how much it's going to take, and you if you play for an hour, you like go through, I don't know, 10 or 20 days. And yeah, with Disco it's a bit slower, and it's more, it just happens without you noticing, and it's more natural. But it's not going to be so the choices in this game won't be as you know, in Disco Elysium you could like do crazy stuff and the outcome was so much different. Like Mother in Poland. It's a good comparison, but we won't have any battle system in our game. It's more like Night in the Woods. Also, is a good comparison. Yeah, and we're going to have a lot of like different interactions based on what you are doing. So in Night in the Woods, for example, you had that segment where you meet with your friends on a to eat a pizza, and that was a little mini game where you could use your hand to grab a slice of pizza, and other people also grabbed their slices. Then and the dialogue was playing in the background. Then I don't know why one of your friends left the pizza crust on the table. Yeah, and everyone was talking about that. So yeah, like all those small interactions like that to make you feel more grounded in the adventure. And yeah, and you're going to have the school life. So and we want to make it so the outside world, outside of school, and the school life, they're intertwined. So you have a quest, but you have to do something outside of the school to progress in school, and vice versa. Yeah, so something like that. I think the main also we want to make it, because if you think about a game in Eastern Bloc country in 90s, you always see like a retro feel games, kind of blocky and stuff, and we want to mix that feel with more Japanese or Korean style of drawing, so it's more abstract and happy, right from the, you know, if you look on the characters, it won't be, we don't want to make it like a sad story about sad people in Poland and it's all grey and stuff. Yeah. And I think I fixed the problem. So I had to restart Rider. Nice. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, and also you want to like to make all those interactions of a kid available to you, and like so you could I don't know, for example, your mom shouts for you to so you go back to a dinner, but you have a choice to do it or keep doing what you were doing, and maybe depending on what you did, she will then give you a better present for your birthday or something. Yeah, it's like we want to make that kind of a all those kid stuff to for you to relive again or something. And yeah, for now we don't think it's going to be there won't be any like fantasy elements, supernatural elements, but we will see. We also still kind of figuring out what this game is. We don't want to lock ourselves too much on a first idea we have. So yeah, we are building the base systems for it first. Maciek is trying to get a grip of what the graphics will be and the whole art style, and then I think it will be from there it will be easier to write the script and dialogues, because yeah, graphics will influence a lot of the vibe that this game is going to have. Okay, what I was doing, I think I was implementing the gameplay camera, and I know why it complained before. Let's do that. Because instead of doing that in a gameplay camera class, I did that in a dialogue camera class. So let's update this. Okay. Let's see, camera manager. Now I can call rotate yaw. I think it was input delta. Yaw rotation rate. Yeah. So now I should be able to. Yeah, that was the moment I stopped. I should be able to include this. I am nice. I'm not sure if I should still use the parameters. Let's keep using parameters, and maybe if it will be a problem, I will just convert it somehow. Pitch range. It's not a float, it's a float range. Maybe also make it into a reference, so I don't have to copy this value every time I use this. I pass it to a function and it's just used as a reference. Okay. So yeah, so this function is for it's getting an input either from the gamepad or from arrow keys right now, and here's the value of the input. It can go from -1 to 1. So here I'm setting the new pitch, but I'm also restraining it to a range that we defined, and I've made a system for now, because for now we can zoom in and out the camera during gameplay. I don't know if we will leave it like that, but for now there is something like that, and it's also yeah, it works. So it's also like brings the camera closer, and the field of view is expanded the closer the camera is. So here it's the new distance is calculated. Camera default. Okay, so let's make a new field for that default camera angle. Oh, hey, also by the way, I'll change this naming. I don't like camera angle because we have also a distance here, so it doesn't make too much sense. I will also remove target location from there, I think, or no? No, let's keep it. So it will be called FMC camera shot target offset, because it differs from this base camera shot data in that it just depends on the location of a target and we give it a certain offset. Let's keep it that way for now, at least. Let's add core redirection. Okay. Camera angle default. I will rename it to camera shot. Default camera shot. Target and camera shot current. Okay, so let's update this. Yeah, I need to get this get distance additional for pitch function from the camera manager, because yeah, it was implemented there before. Here it is. So let me just because yeah, it's also going to be used only in this class, so I will put it in virtual camera gameplay class, make it protected, because it's only going to be used internally. And I'll just copy all the full definition of it. I'm thinking now I think I will add a reference to the camera manager. manager inside the gameplay camera, because there's a lot of parameters already defined there, so I could copy them, or I could oh, hello Smeedy, nice to have you here. And I could copy those parameters. I'm talking about like the range, the default camera that is going to be set initially, the distance from the target and stuff like that, or I could define them here, but I personally prefer to have as much controls together as possible, because with this I would need to create a blueprint that is a separate file, and if you want to change some stuff, you often want to edit stuff together and have all the, like, you have the have an overview of thing in one place. So I will leave those properties inside Camera Manager. I will just add a reference to Camera Manager, and so I need to I'll add a forward declaration, and I will assign the Camera Manager here. So let's make a function. And like that. So if I have the reference for Camera Manager, I can remove this parameter from the function and use Camera Manager your rotation rate. Member is inaccessible. Okay, because it's protected, I will make it public. I don't see why. Group size, channel. Yeah, all those I think can stay as public, but I'll make those more internal things as protected. So yeah, I also need to change the signature because I removed parameter from here. So yeah, let's remove those parameters, because they're now I can read them from Camera Manager class, Manager object. Yep, like that. Pitch range and yeah. So here pitch, and I need to move another function from Camera Manager to gameplay camera, which gives us, like, it calculates what kind of POV we need to have based on the current camera pitch. So let's generate definition and just paste the stuff, implementation of Camera Manager here. POV of a cat. I'm locked in this room. I don't have any cats. Sorry. So, Me, I already told you. Last game I played was Stalker Call of Pripyat, and it's pretty good. I think I did not finish talking about it, but yeah, I never played it too much because after finishing the first and the second game many times, I didn't like that you just start as a like really powerful guy right from the start with a rifle and stuff. I preferred, at least back then, I was used to starting with a normal pistol and not being able to fight with monsters too much, but it's pretty good, I would say now. If you like the first one or the second, I think the third is also will be fine. Okay, camera manager. Let's continue implementing this thing. Okay, this is implemented. I can remove those functions from camera manager. Because they're not needed anymore. And yeah, I'll also show measure debugs. I don't know what's going on in chat right now, but hey, I'm also from Poland. Słucham. Cool. Słucham, are you kuchar or it's just need to be sure if I'm talking with kuchar or kcucham is someone else. Oh yes, good. Okay. Mikniso, yes, hello. And Smitty, what are you up to? What were you playing recently on your gaming laptop? Cyberpunk, wow. Cool. And you like it? Because yeah, I have mixed feelings, but still finished it. But I'm yet to finish the DLC. Okay, cool. Glad that you like it. I was not a big fan of the gameplay. Like it was good looking, and you had like some great guns had a great feeling and stuff, but for example, the being sneaky was not so fun. You always had those containers for like trash containers, but you always had a, a person and a trash container next to it, so it was like okay, like game was telling you what to do if you wanted to be sneaky. And yeah, at some point I just lowered difficulty and was running through every fight because I was yeah, I was over it. I think I just wanted to be done with those fights. I'm thinking next time, maybe at the end of the stream, I will play some games. I would need to think what game. But yeah, because right now after after almost 3 hours, I'm pretty exhausted. By having to talk and write stuff at the same time. Maybe it's good to have a chill out time at the end. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, so I was able to move the input functions from the camera manager into a virtual camera class, and so now I'll just use reference to virtual camera and pass the input values into virtual camera. And also I will rename it so it's consistent with the pitch and your names. Okay, I'll remove. No, I won't remove. I'll do the same here. So virtual camera gameplay, apply zoom delta and input delta. Okay, what next? I need to make it tickable, so every frame this time I gotta go in 10. I fix my head. Shrink time. Shrinking? Yeah, I need to think about that, man. I need to make the virtual camera tick so it's able to interpolate between current camera shot and the target camera shot, because we want to smoothly interpolate those two values over time. Oh yeah, and also it needs a reference to actor that is a target. So a actor, target actor, and or maybe I'll just do it in the same function as with the camera manager. So yeah, here I'll camera manager and also a actor player, target actor, new target actor. Let's generate definition, remove the old one, and target actor equals new target actor. So yeah, now let's also bring back the logic for interpolation. I'm just updating the location. Okay, so this is for updating the location of it. I'm not sure if I want to keep the location here in the end. Or maybe the actor position should be there. Or, no, I think depends. I'm not sure because I can either interpolate when it comes to following the player position. I can either interpolate the target position, or I can interpolate the camera position that's set. That's calculated based on the target position and the distance. And I'm not even sure if yeah, okay, so distance is right now is not interpolated, which is fine. I think. And here's target location. Lag. Yeah, I think I will remove it from here, and that's also not needed anymore. I'll remove it here. This yeah, okay. So now I can add a function that can be called FMC camera shot, but yeah, the base one. So what I will do now is having this data, so a camera shot with the pitch, yaw, distance from target and FOV defined. I want to be able to get this camera shot data, so the like total base data, location, rotation, and FOV for the camera object itself that will be set directly to camera. But to be able to receive that, I also need a reference to or no, maybe not a reference, just a position, just the position of the target. So target location. Okay, I think I need to move this struct above so it can, yeah. So it has that definition of the class. And now camera shot. Okay, I have here I have all those calculations that that are needed to calculate yeah, the camera position, rotation, and stuff based on those values, and depending on where the target is. But I will, yeah, again have to convert them to a new logic. Okay, it's 6 p.m. already, so I'm going to finish this. So yeah, thank you for being here. Sorry if it was, I don't know, boring or something. I hope to get better with time. And yeah, like our maybe streaming the code and stuff is just not super interesting, and yeah, that's it. I don't know, maybe I will figure out some fun breaks for you to yeah, maybe there will be more game development, more people interested in game development later, so I can explain more stuff for you. And yeah, so my next stream is going to be on Wednesday also at 3 p.m. I will work on this today and tomorrow, so probably I will be finished with this, and so I can show you how the finished system works. And yeah, I will figure out what I will be doing next time, and I hope it will be less code and more. Maybe I will look into doing something more visual, like, I don't know, animation system or something like that. Yeah, so thank you for being here. Thank you, Chad, for writing stuff. And yeah, see ya. Have a nice evening. Bye bye.